All right, what's up, guys? I was gonna write an email, but when I do that, it sounds more like a textbook than a conversation. So I thought that I would just unpack this for you for a minute. I have a mission statement that I really like. However, we can change it around a million different ways. So this, we don't have to land here. It's just kind of my first example. Um, Listening to everybody share their hearts for the people that they want to reach out to and help. I realized that you need something that's going to allow you to kind of do whatever you want for whoever you want without question, because it seems like no need is too small or too big for you. So I wanted to pick a mission statement that would give you kind of a broad sweeping umbrella to operate underneath. Um, so I'm going to read it to you, and then I'm going to kind of pull out the meaning behind some of these words, and then I think you might be able to understand what I mean by being able to operate anything that you want underneath it. So I have, our mission is to mobilize resources for the benefit of underrepresented individuals and groups in need of the assistance, support, and or education necessary to thrive. So read it again. So we're fighters for the world, and our mission is to mobilize resources for the benefit of underrepresented individuals and groups in need of the assistance, support, and or education necessary to thrive. So let me, like I said, kind of dissect that a little bit. Keep in mind, we're trying not to be specific right now because you don't want to get pigeonholed into only one way of expressing your compassion for people that are in need. So resources, mobilizing resources. So mobilizing resources could be a million different things. It could be gathering grants for people. It could be gathering backpacks for needy kids in the beginning of the school year. It could be putting forth rental assistance for disabled veterans. It could be gathering resources or not just financial. So the gift cards, things like that. If you needed to, raise money for a single mom whose car broke down, that's gathering resources. If you wanted to, help support and pay for somebody to participate in the Special Olympics, or you wanted to gather volunteers to serve at something like that. Gathering resources can mean a million different things. So using that statement, you're not limited in one specific way of expressing love and compassion to a group. So the benefit could be anything you want it to be. Obviously, if you're helping people out financially, that benefits them. If you're showing up to court as support, that's going to benefit the well-being of that individual or family that you're showing up for. And then underrepresented individuals and groups. I'm not a big fan of this lengthy word underrepresented, but I can't find another one that communicates what I'm trying to communicate, and I'm still kind of working on that. But underrepresented is like a group or an individual who has inadequate representation. So that could be, one thing. I know that vets are grossly underrepresented. Like they come back and there's nothing for them really. There's not a whole lot going on to help them transition back into life. Single parents, some disabled groups, women and children who have trying to rebuild their lives coming out of abuse. Foster kids. Like underrepresented could mean several different things too. That's what we're trying to convey a vague meaning so that you can put anything under it. So some of these groups may already have resources in place to help them, like the teenagers that you're stepping up for. So you can determine whether or not they're underrepresented. So if they need more of something, then you're claiming they need more representation, for Christmas presents, for support, for, you know, um, anything, or they have none at all. You can choose individual or a group under this mission statement. So if you guys all get like moved to step in and save the day for one person or one family, you can do that under here, or you can collaborate like you're doing with the teen deal, with other groups. So it gives you the flexibility to kind of move in and out of different ways of stepping up where people have a need. Then in need of the assistance, support, and or education. So that again, that's anything, assistance, support, and education. So assistance, obviously, that makes you think of stepping in financially. It means stepping in with Thanksgiving dinners if people, you want to do something like that. Support could be anything. Support could be these tangible things, but it could also be like you're describing going to court. It could be stepping in for vets and driving them back and forth to their doctor's visits. I mean, support could be anything. What you guys did for Twyla, that was support. So you guys can really like choose to champion anything that you want under assistance and support. Any expression of love can kind of fall into those categories. Now I put education in there for a reason. One, because it's this idea that you could feed somebody today, or you could teach them how to fish so they can feed themselves for the rest of their lives. That idea, like eventually you're going to get to a place where you want to start equipping people to take care of themselves. So you're going to equip the battered woman and somehow step in and teach her how to thrive, how to lead her family, how to break fear out of her life, stuff like that. Like these teenagers are going to be adults one day, and gathering means to educate them to take care of themselves and walk out confidence is something you might want to jump into. This gives you the option of creating events where you could call in guest speakers. You can do different workshops, mentorships, like you guys can step in and do kind of like the, big brother dad type of thing for these boys that don't have that can be education. So that under there's a lot of different things, and it also gives you the option to shoot. Why not start putting some kids through small internships or educational programs? You can step in and do that. And then I put necessary to thrive. So the definition of thrive is to prosper or flourish. And we're talking about kids and people. It's to help them grow or develop well or vigorously. So I wanted to thrive. You can define that any way that you want. Is thriving for the teenagers. Does that include you know packing their life full of joy in the middle of what they're going through? Does it mean helping them succeed in school in different aspects? Does it, for the veteran, is it helping them overcome some of the transition back to the workforce? Is it helping a family in need start to be self-sustained and take care of themselves? Like thriving can mean a million different things too. So in a mission statement like this, it really is super subjective, and you can mean you can write categories underneath this that are more specific expressions of love to different groups. But with this, it gives you the opportunity to go after a lot of grants and a lot of help that there's not a whole lot that wouldn't fall under something like this. So there it is. Our mission is to mobilize resources for the benefit of underrepresented individuals and groups in need of the assistance, support, and or education necessary to thrive. So that's my first shot. Sorry, this is a 10-minute video, but really it would have been like a 50-page email. I don't know, trying to write this out. So give me your feedback, your thoughts, stuff that you like, stuff that you don't like, and we'll keep working on it. Have a good night.